today. A lot of adversity that we had to overcome, but I thought the guys just weathered the storm. Credit to the Lions and Coach Campbell. They came in ready to go. I thought Jared did an excellent job being able to make his plays. I thought Swift was outstanding. They did a great job defensively, really creating a lot of pressure and making it difficult on us to kind of, finish all those drives with touchdowns, especially in the second half. But we came away with the win. I was really, really pleased with the guys in crunch time. I mean, for Aaron to get that rush when we had to have it, force kind of an Aaron throw, Jalen makes an unbelievable pick. Then we end up driving the length of the field, kick a field goal. Matt Gay delivers that, in essence, kind of put the game out of hand. Thought Matthew made play after play. I thought Robert and Cooper both stepped up in a big way. And there was a lot of really good individual contributions, but we'll take it. That's a really tough football team. You got to give those guys their credit, but a lot of things that we can clean up, but certainly no style points in this league. And again, a lot of respect for Coach Campbell and those guys.
Were you there to share what you and Jared said there at the end?
No, I'm not going to get into it. As I said, great job. I'll touch base with you a little bit later on, but so I guess I did just share with you what I said. Okay.
Sean,
yeah.
Did you guys come into this game sort of expecting a back against the wall sort of kitchen sink situation? They threw so many things out on you guys at special teams. Did you feel prepared?
We did. You know what? And that's what's a little bit disappointing, Jordan, is that was not stuff that we were surprised by, but we didn't execute, and they did. They ended up creating a bunch of momentum. He ended up having 2 fake punts and a surprise onside kick. Both of those things were things that we did anticipate and expect, but we didn't execute, and they did. And that was, that wasn't good, and it's a lot of things that we can learn from.
How did this start look to you, Coach?
Say that again?
How did the start look to you as opposed to the previous week?
Yeah, it was, I think overall it's hard because you only have really 3 possessions in the first half. You end up with 2 touchdowns and 1 field goal. Thought we did a good job. I hated my 3rd down call on the first drive of the game on the 3rd down and 4 in the high red. I didn't give us a chance on that play, and they had a good defensive call, and I gave us no chance with the play call. But then to be able to get 2 touchdown drives in addition to that opening drive field goal, I thought was good to be able to get the lead at halftime. But again, there just wasn't a whole lot of opportunities. I didn't like that we didn't capitalize on the momentum we had a chance to really grab hold of coming out of the half. But the game is about handling the ebbs and flows. Our guys did that. There was a lot of reasons to kind of put your head down and not feel good based on the way that it started. But that's the last thing that our guys did. And I thought our big-time players stepped up in crunch time, and that was instrumental in us getting the W today.
What do you see from Matthew Stafford in what might have been an emotional day for him?
I saw the same guy I've seen, steady, great performer. He was great in the clutch. And really, even when, things weren't going well, he just stays nice and even keeled. And that's what a great quarterback does. He's our leader. He did a great job today. And, pretty special for him to go over 300 career touchdown passes. Speaks to the resume of work that he has. And to be able to do that in a win against former team and a lot of great relationships. I know he has tremendous respect for that organization, the way he was treated there. And I think they feel the same about him. And I was really happy for him to be able to get the win.
You said that you prepared for the onside and the fake punts. Is that something you do every week, or was that specifically with the Lions?
I think you're always on alert for it if you think that it's a possibility that teams can, potentially give that to you. It was something that you do work, throughout the course of the week with your weekly rhythm and your process in the kicking game. But obviously, it's a good wake-up call for us and something that we've got to do a much better job moving forward.
And obviously, maybe easier to talk about it because you won that second fake punt. Did that maybe catch even you up?
No. I mean, if we were in a safe situation right there, we lost the edge. They ended up, again, they made the plays and we didn't in that phase, and it almost changed the outcome of the game.
The late interception by Jalen.
Huge.
Was that a great read, pure athletic play? Why did you get that?
All of the above. It was a great concept trigger, great recognition. I thought to force a little bit of an Aaron throw by Aaron Donald, you could see, he did a great job. He was right in Jared's face immediately, one right off the snap. Anytime you get that internal pressure on a quarterback, that's always much more difficult. And then to have the ball skills to be able to kind of slice underneath that, make that play. I just told him, I said, I thought you were going to take that all the way back. But he's a stud. And you talk about 2 big-time players stepping up in a moment. We had to have it from our defense, and those guys delivered in a big way. And that's why Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey are who they are.
Sean, the Lions have taken some tough losses. Do they look and feel like an 0-17 team?
No, I think you guys could feel that today. Really competitive. I think it's a huge credit to their coaching staff, their players, their leadership. Coach Campbell did an excellent job, and you can see there's a belief. I mean, anytime that you go wire to wire with us, with a team like Minnesota, you look at the Ravens, they had a chance to really win all three of those games, and they've been in a lot of other ones, so absolutely not. This league is so difficult. You guys ask those questions all the time, but any given week, you got to be ready to go. Players are too good. Coaches do too good of a job. And it's about who plays well in that 3-hour window of time. And fortunately, we were able to weather the storm today.
We know that Robert Rochelle hurt his knee, but we didn't get a follow-up on that.
I think he's going to be okay, Jordan. I haven't talked to Reggie and his group, but I did talk to Robert. He said that, the initial tests checked out well, but I'll be able to give you further clarity tomorrow.
Were you surprised that Jared was able to handle the pressure you guys were bringing through nearly all of that game?
I thought he did a great job, Gary. Really, he handled it well. He made a couple big-time throws. The first 3rd down and 9 where they caught us in a pressure and he delivers. Thought it was a great call by Coach Lynn and great individual effort by Swift to be able to, turn that into a touchdown on a 3rd down and 9. And, I wasn't surprised. He did a good job. Credit to him.
The Lions' offense was very good at grinding out those drives.
Yep.
How difficult was to defend that?
It was difficult, Claudia. They did a nice job. I think they've got two of the most underrated backs in the league in Williams and Swift. I think they do a nice job of being able to create some problems and change the math with you on some of the angles that they're able to create, specifically in some of their, their gap and trap type of schemes. So they did a good job. It's a tough football team, but we made the stops when we had to, and that's why we were able to come away with the win.
The relationship between Cooper and Matthew as it continues to evolve week after week, they have, kept finding each other today.
Yeah.
What are you noticing from them, and is it things that are happening outside of off the field that are they're making them able to have this kind of connection?
I think it helps. I think those two are so on the same page. They understand the intent of the plays that we're trying to run. They see the coverage structures when Cooper might end up being a guy that gets the ball based on how many guys we're getting out in the route progression. And so he came through in the clutch. He and Matthew's rapport special. I also thought it was on display with Robert Woods. Higbee made a couple really important catches. That 3rd down and 10 in the high red area where he hits Higbee on kind of a seam bending in there, that was all Matthew and Tyler Higbee. So Cooper and Matthew have done an outstanding job, but I think a lot of other guys have as well, and that's why we're able to be 6-1 right now.
What about the play of Henderson running the football today?
He's tough. I thought he had some really tough, hard-earned yards, and especially coming back after, that was a good hit that he took from Walker when they ended up bringing a pressure for us. Bad play call. He's probably looking at me like, what the hell are you thinking, man? But he came back. He did a nice job, and he's a tough player. He's steady. He's reliable, dependable, and love Darrell Henderson. Okay. Thank you, guys.
strange game for sure. I mean, all the fakes and all the surprise onside and all that, just some possessions stolen there. Great plays by them, but just kind of had a weird feel to it. Didn't touch the ball too much in the first half, but when we got our opportunities, we scored with it, which was good. It was a team win. Special teams came back and made a big play at the end of the game with Matt making that field goal to really ice it. Jalen making a great play late in the game to get us the pick. I thought we did some decent stuff on offense, scoring with the football. So a team win. Detroit's a tough out, always have been, probably always will be. Just happy to get one.
Before kickoff, was it emotional for you at all when you were kind of chatting with some of your friends and former teammates?
No, it's just good to see them. I just haven't seen those guys in a while. Talked to them, on text and all that kind of stuff. But just good to see their face, see those guys. Spent a lot of time with a lot of those people over there and really have some great relationships. So it was good to see those people again.
A lot of before the game, you hoped the Ford family would be here. Were they here? Did you catch up with them?
Yeah, I saw Sheila. She was here. Her husband was here. So it was good to see. Martha wasn't, but got to see, her, Rod Wood, all those people. So it was good to see him.
Matthew, what did you feel, or how did you feel about, there were a lot of Detroit fans here, and a lot of them were wearing your 9 jersey. What did that make you feel?
It was humbling. It was really nice to see. Driving into the stadium today, saw a few walking around and thought to myself that was pretty cool. I really appreciate it. I've said it a bunch of times, and I truly mean it. I love my time there. I love, all the people there that treated me, my family, my wife, with a ton of respect and a ton of grace, for a long time. So, it was cool to see that. Once the ball was snapped, it was football time. I was ready to go play. But it was cool to see some of the stuff going on around.
Your former team, you hear players at least ahead of time say that they're inspired to perform maybe an extra special performance. You just said once the ball was snapped, it was a football game. But was there a sense that you're performing in front of friends, against friends, that you just wanted to have a really good game?
No, I want to have a really good game every time I step out there. So there was nothing extra, to be honest with you. I just want to do whatever we had to do to help us win. And that's how I, kind of approach it every single week. Each game is going to unfold a little bit different. Today was as strange of an opening, part of a game as I've been a part of. But I thought we were even keel. I think that started from our head coach all the way down. Everybody did a great job of just kind of weathering the storm and knowing that if we went out there and executed what we were supposed to do, we were going to be in a good place, and finally got the opportunities to do that and went and did it. Excuse me.
Was there any reason why there was a slow start in the first half? Offense
going? We scored 17 points on 3 possessions. We had 2 touchdowns and a field goal, so that's not perfect. I'd love to have 21, but I'll take 17 on 3 possessions. So.
Even with the good Lions defense, you were able to connect with your receivers, especially with Kupp and Jefferson. How good did it feel to have that success?
I'm just happy for our guys on the outside. They work so hard. Our guys are running every day at practice, doing everything they can to be as good of receivers as they possibly can be, and it shows on Sundays. I thought all of our guys on the outside did a great job. Higgs had a big catch on a 3rd and 10. Robert Woods had some big catches on 3rd down, had some great feel in there. Cooper did some great stuff. Van went up and, played huge and made a great catch on a 3rd down to score. Those are huge plays in the game, and I just can't say enough about those guys. They work their tail off, and I'm just happy that, that work is paying off for them, on Sundays, and they're getting to go out there and shine.
I know you're rapport with Cooper at this point. What have you done to develop him?
It's good. I think we spend a lot of time together, spend a lot of time talking about the game of football. I really do that with all of our receivers. I'm lucky in that regard that our guys love the game, love the X's and O's, love the little tiny, parts of what make the passing game, really good or just okay. And so, I'm just happy and blessed to work with those guys. Feel lucky to do it, and just trying to make the most of it. What you got, Mitch?
Has this been on your calendar for a while, and is there part of you that's kind of relieved that it's over with now?
I don't know. I had so many changing things in my life, going on that, I knew this one was out there, but I wasn't sitting there thinking about it. I had plenty of other stuff to think about, to be honest with you. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm, as prepared as I can every single day to come in and help us win. And, am I happy it's over with? Yeah. Got a lot of great friends, got a lot of, people that I care about that are on that team or from that city. And just glad to have this one over with, can, put the storylines away and just go out and play football the rest of the year. and just enjoy it.
You guys came into this game really very blunt about how you had been on third down the previous 2 weeks and then improved markedly today. What was that week like within, first of all, the design, some of the different things you guys ran on third down, and then the execution in game?
I thought, Sean gave us an opportunity to be great on third down today. He does every week. It comes down to execution. It comes down to me doing my job, our guys up front doing their job, and receivers getting open and catching the football. We hadn't done that at a rate that I think we're capable of, and Coach thinks we're capable of, and I agree with him. The last couple of weeks, it was nice to get out there and do it again today. Were we perfect? No. On fourth down, just somebody tell me to run the dang thing. It's so open. I just don't know what the hell to do in space. So I got to run that thing, get the first force, keep us on the field. So there's definitely a place I want back, that being a big one. So still a lot to improve on, but, proud of our guys for making a concerted effort on something, being able to stay on the field. Our defense was on the field a lot early because of those, onside and fake punts and stuff, and it was big for us to kind of convert some third downs early in the game just to give them a little bit of a break, not be, 2-3 play drives. So it was good.
What do they think about 300 career home? 12 guys that have thrown for 300 passes. You tied Elway today. What's that mean for you?
It means a little bit. I grew up watching John and was a huge fan. I wore number 7 in high school and in college because of John. And was a huge fan of the way he played the game, way through the ball, all of that. It's pretty cool. I'm sure I'll appreciate it probably more when I'm done playing, but along the way, it's nice to get that done with a win. Had we not won the game, I'd have been, feeling probably a little bit different about it. But being able to win the game and do something like that is pretty special.
Speaking of the history with the Lions, you've been involved in a lot of fourth quarter comebacks, mostly with the Lions. What did it feel like to be as your 33rd fourth quarter comeback this time against the Lions? Just how important was that to you?
I didn't even think about that, so you just said it. But I'm just trying to do whatever it takes to win the game. And if that's ball's handed to me with however much time's left to go out there and try to do something, I'm going to try and do it. It was a team effort at the end today. It may go on my record as a quarterback or whatever, but Jalen gets a pick, Matt Gay hits a field goal to really ice the thing. We had a touchdown in there too, but that's a team fourth quarter right there. That's all phases coming together. That play by Jalen's, it's unbelievable. That's a long drive. They're going down there. They're about to get 7 and make it, really tough on us, and he just comes out of nowhere and makes a play of the day. So, happy to be on a team with a guy like that, and just happy we came away with a win.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Going with my family. We can make a show out of it, you feel me? Yeah, come on. I'm going to be short and sweet. Don't worry, I promise.
Sebastian, I know the sacks came a little bit later today, but in terms of the consistent pressure and the complementary pressure you guys were getting right from the jump, what did you see and feel up front, and what did the guys around you do to contribute to that as well?
Honestly, I just feel, we have tremendous guys up front, AD, Flo, Sean. He was doing a great job today rushing. And those guys were just getting back there, man. I was just trying to do my best to collapse the pocket. It's a little different for me because I'm head up, so it's kind of harder. Always got to start off with bull and then pick a side. But those guys just kept doing what they're doing and just getting back there. And I just cleaned it up, played off of them. Honestly, the sack that I had, it was crazy because we all thought he threw it because he pump faked so fast. So everyone, you'll see in the film, everyone stopped, and I stopped too. And we thought he threw it, and then we realized, and then they smashed him. And he stepped up, and we were like, oh, wow. So I just ripped off and made the play. But a lot of credit goes out. All that play goes out to Flo, goes out to Sean and AD for that pressure. So, yeah, those guys were rushing their asses off today.
Sebastian, did that team play, look, or feel like an 0-17?
Oh, no, not at all. They came with it today. That was a dogfight, man, and that was a dogfight out there. And, in this league, I don't think the records technically reflect certain teams because at the end of the day, they're all in the NFL. They're all talented. They all have the capability to win, and it's easy to get humbled in this league. So, just thankful and blessed that we came out there and finished it like we should and got the W.
What was it like playing against Goff, and was there any give and take between you and him or some of the lines?
Oh, like talking? Yeah. So Jonah Jackson, actually, 73. Him and I actually went to college together. At one point. So he went to Rutgers with me, and then he transferred to Ohio State his last year. Great player. Really physical, great guy. So it was great seeing him. Me and him used to get after it in college, so it was good. And then Goff, me and Goff had an exchange of words. He was just happy for me and just told me some real positive things I just want to keep between us. I think they should just stay between us, and I said some positive things back. And, I'm just wishing him nothing but the best, man. Got a lot of love for Goff and hope, his career continues to go well for him.
What made Jalen Ramsey's interception happen?
I have no idea. Next. Got him.
Sebastian, can you talk about that stop that you guys made on fourth to turn the ball over after they had converted the
Oh yeah, that was probably my that's so funny. That was probably my worst play of the game, worst play of the day, to be honest. That was all Greg and Ashawn. I would say Greg and Ashawn, because we stopped them the first time. It was like 3rd and 1, and I helped with that. And then they try to quick counter, so we were rushing, getting all down. And I didn't even have my hand down. I got messed up, but Kenny came and cleaned it up. But that's what football's all about, baby. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes it all about brotherhood and makes it about a team. We all make each other right even when we're wrong. And huge shout out to Kenny for making that play. Huge shout out to Greg Gaines. Huge shout out to Ashawn Robinson. They did a great job and they held it down that one play. That was probably my worst snap of the day. Coach Henny's gonna get on my ass, boy. So next question.
Matthew Stafford kept saying all week that this was just business as usual, but you guys obviously knew that this meant something more to play his former team. What did it mean for you guys to kind of get that win for him and just put this past and focus on football now? To be honest, I think every game's important, right? When you're trying to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish, right? We're trying to do some things here we're trying to do some really important things here. And at the end of the day, it don't matter who we playing, Each game counts. Each game counts. It don't matter who the opponent is. And at the end of the day, it's about us executing and doing what we have to do. So we never look at our opponent and think less than. We never, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, this league is too good, too many talented players, and that's it. Next question.
All set?
All set?
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
God bless. Have a good one.
Hello.
Cooper, can you kind of break down that first touchdown you had out there with Van?
Well, really, we got the look we wanted. Van did a great job. It's really all on Van to be able to occupy the inside defender. Matthew being able to navigate the edge. Our right tackle, right guard being able to snatch guys, keep their hands down. I just have to catch the ball. So, it was just great execution across the board from those guys. And, it was pretty cool. I should have kept the ball and given it to Matthew. Luckily, our equipment guy tracked it down for him. It was a good play.
We know that there's a lot of collaboration in some of the design of these things between you guys and Matthew, and you guys even staying late after practice to talk about some of this stuff. Was there any particular inspiration drawn behind that play or anything you guys had seen before?
That touchdown play? We've had that in our offense for a while now. Back my first year, second, third year, I was in Van's position, and Sammy Watkins and Brandon Cooks were the ones making those plays. And Sammy had one against Philly my rookie year. BC had one against the Saints, in year 2, and just something that a play we've run before, and we did a good job executing it.
17 points out of the first 3 possessions. I'm curious, how difficult was it watching from the sidelines being down 10-0, you can't go in because of the special team stuff?
Yeah, it was definitely a weird feeling. I think Detroit did a good job being able to, try to buy back some possessions, and you just kind of have to weather the storm that happens. You obviously want to minimize it as a team, but then when you get back on the field, just being able to capitalize. We did have to kick a field goal on that first drive, but you do your best to try to put points up on the board when you get those opportunities. And I thought we did a good job in the first half. Kind of hit a little bit of a lull there in the third quarter, but overall, I think offensively we kind of had things going pretty well.
Stafford is so even keeled. You know him better than anyone in here. What's it mean for you and this team to get him this win in this game?
It is. It's an emotional thing. He knows a lot of the guys over there. we obviously know a lot of the guys on that team as well. So, it was an emotional game, but so glad we were able to get a W. So glad we were able to come out here and get a win for him there. And, I think that's a pretty cool thing. For him to get his 300th, against the Lions is pretty cool.
Was it weird for you to see Jared and Brock over there?
Yeah, I think, pregame it's great seeing them. Be able to talk to them a little bit. But then once it's time to play, you're playing the game, you're locked into that. So it was great seeing them beforehand. But once the game starts, you just gotta go out there and play.
Matthew said he was kind of happy this is now behind him, this whole line, Stafford and everything. I'm wondering, as teammates of Matthew, former teammates of Jared, if there's a sense around the team that you guys are just happy to be beyond this one now. Yeah,
well, I guess in a way it is, because we don't have to get asked about it all the time. But I think that it is something you want that, for Matthew, you want that for the guys, that when they're playing against something that, Matthew was a huge part of that organization for so long, did so many great things for him, and you want that for him. And so being able to move past that, be able to walk out of here with a W, it's good.
You still had work to do with 5 minutes to go, but how big an exhale was it after the defense produced that interception?
Oh, yeah. You want Jalen's? Yes, that was huge. That's just huge. Such a great play by him. I think Taylor Rapp was right there, too. He had a good hit. And, our defense has done a great job over and over and over again. Teams being able to move the ball a little bit on, but, being able to tighten up in the red zone and make plays down there, whether it's fourth down stops or getting turnovers like that. And then for us as an offense, coming in, 4:53 left on the clock, and being able to, grind that clock down and end up with a field goal. Matt did a great job hitting that last one. I think that was a great ending to this game, being able to kind of, be complementary off of each other that way.
You were big favorites, and you were down trailing most of the game. Was there a bit of disbelief, or did you always feel you were eventually going to come?
No, I don't think, I don't think we were trailing most of the game, but our belief is always, whatever the score is, it's just the next play. Go out there and execute the next play to the best of your ability, and that's all you can do. Don't feel any pressure to go out and do anything more than you need to. Just us 11 guys on the field, be the best versions of themselves. Be free to just pursue success. No fear of failure, and take that thing one play at a time, and we'll be able to execute and put points up on the board.
In your words, you have described the third down play the last 2 weeks as quote-unquote atrocious. You guys were markedly better this time. What went into the sort of the design and execution front to back here this week and the week leading up?
Yeah, well, coaches did a good job putting a good plan together for us. We had, I think we kind of throughout the week we had a lot of stuff kind of to really work through, and did a great job of kind of trimming it and giving us a more streamlined approach of what we wanted to do. And I think guys just executed, being able to make plays, progress through things, and then Sean just got us into some great plays as well, being able to get some stuff, hurry up and get up onto the ball, make some plays that way, and then just our third down plan in general when we are huddling and doing that stuff. I thought we did a better job executing, and that's what we've been saying all along. It's just execution. The stuff is there. Coaches have done a great job drawing it up for us. We just have to execute it better, and today we did a better job of that.
When you say streamlined, do you mean like just make the efficiency faster in decision making with the menu that's available?
Well, yeah, I just think you kind of put together a plan, and sometimes you can have a ton of plays in there, and just figuring out as you go through practice and you're collaborating with each other, what plays do we really like out of this this menu, and being able to get stuff down there so that you're able to execute to the best of your ability. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Jalen, can you take us through that interception there at the end?
I don't know. I guess I had the tight end, and they ran like double post, and I just was able to undercut it and make a play on the ball. That was it. AD got good pressure, so he probably forced the pass, and yeah.
Tell yourself in that situation, got to make a bigger play than normal.
I guess so. You know what I mean? I just think, me personally, like when I play thinking that I'll make a play like when my opportunity comes, just because I don't get a lot of opportunities throughout the game all the time. So I try to maximize when I do get that opportunity, and that's what I did on that play.
Did your familiarity with Jared have anything to do with being in the position that you were in?
I wouldn't say so on that play, but it was kind of just a feel thing on that play. I wouldn't say necessarily on that play that had anything to do with being familiar with JG.
Jalen, you were really close to the hit on their first offensive drive when you came off the edge, and then you had a couple of stops on that drive that sort of maybe seemed to get wiped away by some of the things they did on special teams. So coming up with like a definitive stop, a ceiling moment at the end, was that a little bit more cathartic to you because of those sort of early things that happened?
Yeah, kind of. There was a lot of ebbs and flows of the game. It was a lot of adversity that we faced, and it did overshadow some of the good moments that the defense had, right? But that's part of the game. Who cares? We just move on. You go to the next opportunity. So that's really what we did. We focused our mind on the present, and which was the next opportunity, and we were able to make a play when it mattered the most.
Was there any frustration at all until the end? Because Goff seemed like he was doing a pretty good job of handling the pressure that you guys were bringing.
Really? I guess we think differently on that. They only had one touchdown today. Mm-hmm. The rest was field goals. Their run game did pretty well. They had a couple good passes here and there, but I don't think we struggled. I gotta go watch the film and see maybe what you may have seen, but.
I'm not saying you guys struggled, but you guys were bringing pressure.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to dump it off a few times.
Yeah, he's an NFL quarterback. He's able to do those things. I don't really feel like that was anything for us to worry about. So, to answer your question, no, I didn't see us getting frustrated at that. It was just a part of the game, and we just had to continue playing. And we knew when the times were going to be right that we would be able to have opportunities to make plays, and we would make those plays. So no, I don't think frustration. I don't think this team. There is a lot of emotion that goes on during the game, right? Which is great. That's a good thing. Whether people believe that or not, that's a great thing to have a lot of emotion going on between the team. But I don't think we ever got frustrated with each other or frustrated at anything about the game. We just kind of moved on in our moments and channeled that energy and those emotions into the right areas so we can make those plays when they mattered.
There's a lot of talk all week, as there often is, about quarterbacks. Does the defense take any special satisfaction in rising up and winning the game?
Of course, yeah. We definitely do. But every week is important. Every week is an NFL game. These guys are good. On every NFL team, there are good players. So there are good players who can make plays. So we kind of take pride in it every week. But, yeah, I guess you can say it maybe meant more this week because we really wanted to get this win for Stafford.
That was a pretty monstrous hit you had on Jared there early. Did he say anything to you as he was getting up?
He said something. I don't remember, though. I don't remember. It was just the flow of the game. I don't remember.
Was the start of the game at all surprising to you that you guys were big favorites, but the offense didn't even take the field until you guys were down 10-0? Was that any kind of hey, let's settle down?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a little bit of the adversity that we had to face that I was talking about earlier. It's an NFL game. You can, no matter who your opponent is, you can never count anybody out. But that was a time in the game where we for sure had to settle in, make some key stops, and have our special teams back, and then get our offense on the field to let them do something. But we just fought through it, and it worked out at the end, so it's all good.
Did they feel like a team that just had nothing to lose with the dangerous team with the fake punts and the onside kick and everything? This is the dangerous team that doesn't care. They're just going to try anything they can.
That's what it seemed like, yeah. I don't think I've ever been a part of a game where it's been three special teams, fakes or kind of nuances in the game, something that's not normal. I think this was the first time in like my whole football career ever since I was a little kid. So it was definitely different. But, hey, I'm with it. Whatever it takes to win, they thought that could be an edge. And for a little bit it was, and then we just overcame that.
As the game went on, as the game progressed and you just couldn't seem to shake them, they're a winless team. You were heavily favored. Did it catch you off guard that how well they played, or what was or did you always feel comfortable?
I would say we felt pretty comfortable. We know who we are as a team. We had to fight through some things that were happening, mostly on special teams. We felt like we were doing a decent job on offense. Like I said, we only gave up one touchdown, which was early in the game on a zero blitz, and they called up a screen. And actually, I should have stopped blitzing and just guarded Swift. So that's on me. And after that, we kind of did a great job. I mean, we had a lot of stops. We're holding them to field goals. So we felt comfortable in a sense of like we didn't feel like we were doing terrible. We could do better, obviously, but we didn't feel like we were doing terrible. We still felt in control of what we were doing a little bit. And we knew the offense would get going, and we knew the special teams would shake the stuff that happened off. So, yeah, I think we just kept going, and it didn't really matter at the end of the day. Thank y'all.